Laraine Stuart, and we welcome you to Channel 36 WeHo of West Hollywood.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
A very unique show today.
And I hope.
Welcome Joyclyn, who is CEO of Footnight International. And what a thrill this is. Oh, what a thrill. So when I tell everybody the show's going to be about foot fetish, and people are saying, foot fetish? What is this? You explain it to me a little bit. So Joyclyn, go ahead. Give us a...
You know what? It's like the little hidden secret. Everybody, just from vanilla to kinky people, everybody has their thing. We always say in the vanilla world, he has a type, she has a type. So, but we also, we have a visitor.
Yeah.
We also have certain things that we're attracted to. When I look at people, I look at their smiles. And I'm attracted to the way that they talk in their mouth and things like that. Why? I don't know.
Oh.
But other people are attracted to feet, to hands, to big boobs, to big butts, to thin waists, to, that washboard stomach. It's the same concept. For some reason, if you go back in your brain and go, I really like a guy with a clean shaved head. That really does it for me. Or others like really long hair. Why? Why are you that person? So it's something that's in there. It's something that's in your brain, or something that happened when you were younger. And, when you got in trouble, let's say a little boy got in trouble and he got put in the corner for a timeout, and it was at a house where they all had to take off their shoes. And now he's next to these nice heels or strappy shoes or whatever, and all he's doing is looking at those shoes. Where's that click? Where's that trigger? We all have something.
Okay.
It's tracking it back to figure out what it is, because it's all different. Some people like the shoes, the way the foot looks in the shoes, the arch of the foot, the wrinkles on the bottom of the feet. Some people have them, some people don't. It just depends on that one individual person.
Yeah, like we said, we're all different and everything. But, I think this went back even the days of the Roman Empire too, right? Because we say idiosyncrasies, but they had their own thrills. Let's put it that way, right?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Their fetishes, yeah, and everything.
And some of those drawings and stuff where you see a man's foot in another man's mouth. What? Why? I wish I was there and got the background of that story.
So you've been doing this for 19 years in the business?
Footnight has been around for 19 years.
Okay.
And I have been a part of it for 13 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get into it?
When I came from corporate, and when the market crashed, I ended up going into the adult industry. We will survive. You don't lay down and take it, you survive. I adapted, overcame, and realized that there is a lot of stigma to adult work, but being in front of the camera, the way that I would work, people started saying, you're more dominant. Why aren't you doing these things? And I ended up getting more into fetish, not realizing I was already into fetish. So then I was invited to a Footnight party and loved it. And I would always beg my boyfriends and stuff like that, rub my feet. So I was already a recipient.
Everyone loves that. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're doing it anyway, and we pay people to do it. To
Uh-huh.
paint your nails, to rub your feet. The massage and a pedicure is the best part anyway.
There's nothing like it. I love it.
Yes. And that's the same concept. So these parties, you've got somebody who who is coming in that wants to be able to just sample out all these different feet because they're all so different. It's just like a hand, they're very different. And imagine it like a strip club concept. You go in, you know that the models are there to dance. Well, here, they're there to show off their feet. Do you want to look at them? Do you want to smell them? Do you want to lick them? Do you want her to walk on you? Do you want her? Mm-hmm. I've seen people bring stockings and go, oh no, I have a pair of stockings. I can put those on. And somebody just wants to touch them. You know, you can't go up to a girl and or your date or something. Go, I just really want to rub your leg in those stockings. But it's a fabulous feeling. Even when girls put on the stockings, they're like, this feels awesome.
Yeah, it feels so good.
So it's just like that. Imagine instead of paying $20 to have somebody do your feet, they're paying you to hold still to get your feet done.
So you have husbands and wives, you have single people,
yes.
You have people from all walks of life and all ages, right?
18 and up, because there is physical contact. It's always of legal consent age, 18 and up. We do ID. We vet our people at the parties. The models have to truly be into it. There's no fakesies, you know, just, oh, well, I'm here for the money. Yeah, no. That you're not going to have a good experience if you have somebody that has an attitude like that. You're not going to get a lot of sessions, a lot of foot rubs if you have an attitude like that. So we vet our people and make sure it is a thing for everyone.
And the oldest that you've ever had at some of these parties?
80s, I would say, and he was in his 80s. Yeah. And he just always, you know, loved taking his significant others out to buy shoes, to do foot rubs, you know, like, oh, sweetie, you know, I'm sure your feet hurt you. Let me rub them for you. And
when they come in, are they comfortable, or do they get right with it with everybody else?
Some of them, it depends on the personality. It's like going to a new party or, you know, like a Halloween party or something. You don't really know anybody. So you kind of creep in a little bit and get to know people. So being social, the models being very social, or me running the party or any of the party hosts, letting them know, hey, if you want to meet somebody and you're a little shy, let us know. You know, and we will start that conversation for you. Other people, it's like, hey, you're Joyclyn, right? Hey, come over here. What size did I read on the website? You wear a size 5.5? Oh yeah, you do sessions, right? I want a session. Then boom, right into it. Other ones are really quiet, like, you know, because 20 years ago, some girl that they dated twice said, ew, why do you want to touch my feet?
That's true. You have a lot of people say, like, I look at my feet and I say, I don't like the looks of my feet. I don't want to see my feet, but somebody would like my feet.
Right. And it's that self-image that we get sometimes. And then some people, you know, the guys, I have one guy that I do sessions with him. He is married. And he's like, oh no, she doesn't know. No. I could never tell her, because he's afraid she'll look down on him. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, we can keep doing sessions and stuff. I have no problem with that, but I want more for you. You know, I'm all about lifting it up and making it amazing. And some people, they get stuck, you know, that it's like a girl going, well, somebody told me in school that I was fat and that I was ugly, and she can't get past that comment.
Right.
It's the same concept. Mm-hmm. So I'm there to jiggle it out of them and go, you are going to have fun if it kills me. And it's fun.
We need fun today. We need that. And we need these thrills, whatever these thrills are. You're not killing anyone. You're not hurting anyone. It's pleasurable.
Yes.
And it's fulfilling to the people. And they're very comfortable doing that, and it makes them happy. This is important.
It makes them totally happy, and they feel like it's almost like when you have your PC on, because Mac isn't like this. When you have your PC on and you leave it on for a week and it's lagging, it's not, you need that reset. You got to shut it down and reboot it. And that's what these parties are like for a lot of people. You need a reboot. And yeah, and I've said that to so many people, like, you know, somebody's getting frustrated, they're frustrated at work and all this stuff, and nothing is getting better. They're getting more frustrated. You need some feet. You need some feet. You need to go get you some feet.
Some feet.
So, and as soon as they get the feet, they're like, oh my God, I feel so much better.
It's a reboot. Expression when you say that. No, really, it brings a chuckle. It does. Yeah. It really does. I love it.
It works. It works for them. So
how about if someone comes to you and says, I want to work doing foot fetish and I have lovely feet. How do you interview? How do you do that?
Well, the first thing that we do is we actually on footnight.com, we have a model application. So we go through, you know, why are you doing this? What are the things about you? Show us pictures of your feet, that type of stuff. And so we vet them that way. Then we talk to them. And if somebody sends an email in and they're going to go to Florida, what I do is I forward that information to the person in Florida and go, if you need somebody, if you want to add a new girl, you know, and when they show up, if they decide to book them, they show up, the girl gets to kind of get a walkthrough. You know, don't have your face in your phone. That's not what they're here for. Enjoy the whole concept. Enjoy everything. And just start talking to people. And if you need anything, if somebody gets a little aggressive, it's just like at a strip club. Right, you know, some guys are like, oh yeah, that was awesome. You know, I want to whip it out. No.
Have you ever had that? Have you ever had that?
Yes.
So what happens when that occurs then?
Immediately the girl, immediately we have security. We have security, and you know, usually these parties are super mellow. It's rare that somebody because we send rules and everything. Everybody signs a thing saying, I understand the rules.
Right.
And just like in a strip club, if you decide you're going to whip out your ding-a-ling or get aggressive, you will be escorted out graciously. It will be explained to you why. And from that point forward, you will be removed from any and all Footnight lists because you didn't use your manners. You bring your manners with you. Right. Dress nice. I don't expect anybody in a suit, but dress nice. Have good hygiene. Have good manners.
Yes, talk about hygiene and everything. Okay, that's very important. With the feet.
Well, with the feet, there's so many different things. With the feet, if you're going to get your nails done, you know that the smell of nail polish, you don't want that in your mouth. You want the taste of the foot in your mouth. Yeah. So get your feet done, get your toes done, your pedicure done, so they're beautiful and nice for the party. Get them done at least 24 hours prior. Don't do it 2 hours before and show up to a party. That's number one. That's one of our rules for the models. Mm-hmm. Make sure that now there's another version of foot fetish that is the stinky feet, and that is a huge thing. Now there's a lot of guys that like it, so some of the guys will show up to the party early. They'll be the first ones there because they want to get that girl in the boots or the workout tennis shoes or the Converse that make her feet woohoo, you know. And because I've been to a party where I was like, I gotta get out of this room. Holy crap. And that's just too much for me. And the foot smelling guys are loving it. But there's other ones that want them super clean, sweet clean, and all of that.
I want to
So
ask you, how about, are there any of the people that come in that want the girl to have a certain color of the nail polish? Do they ask?
yes,
Certain
I have a
colors that they're drawn towards?
I have a personal friend that can, a really good friend of mine, that he will look at somebody and be like, oh, she's beautiful. And then, oh, look at her feet. You know, they're right in that window, whatever that preference window is that he has.
Right.
And then he'll look down at the toes. If her nails are red, all bets are off. Nope. No red.
What's the best color of all your clients, you think, that you had in that they like? I know that when I do French manicure, I get so many sessions, it's ridiculous. It's that old school, classic, very clean looking. Right.
French manicure really does it. And of course, when you go and get your toes painted, it's an extra $5 to $8 to get it done. But for me, I like the classic look. It matches every outfit that I wear. And for some reason, the guys love it. That's my opinion. But there's other people that like the bright orange and the black nails and, you know, all of that. Switch it up, be unique. And when you're promoting that you're going to be at a party, be sure you take a picture a day or two before and go, I just got my toes done, boys. You know, and I went with orange because it's Halloween, you know. And Christmas, because of my friend, I pulled away from red, and I don't like the color pink. So I stay away from red and pink always. So during Christmas, mine are always green.
Pretty. You have to be festive. That's
right.
How about, I want to ask you, are there preferences to long nails, short nails on the feet? Excuse me, another thing I want to ask you, do some people like corns and bunions too?
Yeah, you can show photos and see the comments and everything. Sometimes it's beautiful feet, very flawless feet.
Right.
And other times, you know, like my toes are very straight across and they've got that perfect curve on the end. I don't know why, but other people, where the big toe is, the second toe like sticks out another inch. What is your toe flipping me off? What's happening here? Some people love it. They just want to lick it and love it and rub it and all of that, and then some. So it show your feet and be proud of what you have, because you can't change it, and then go from there. So everybody likes something different. There's some people that like the calluses and the dry on the heels.
Really?
I don't know why.
Oh my God. I want to ask you, how about the models? What salary? How much do they get?
Okay.
Approximately.
It's kind of like going to a strip club. That's the best way to model it. It's a 10-minute session for $20. So if you're going around and talking to different people, making yourself available, and also in between these sessions, we have little squirt bottles that have witch hazel, and there are paper towels. So in between each session, the feet are cleaned, because nobody wants sloppy seconds on anything. It's just gross. True. So just so you know, when I say they're going from session to session to session, it's 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Some guys are like, you're not going anywhere. These feet are amazing, and I'm sticking with you. Your energy is good. When you physically touch somebody, it's like holding hands. When you touch somebody, you can feel the positive energy and all of that. Some guys are like, here's another 20.
Definitely. So I want to ask you too, when they're going from one to the other, would it be like a strip club? Would one of the men or women take a bill out and put it in between their toes as a tip?
I've seen that.
Okay.
I have seen that. And normally we, something that we do is like the strip club, you get the 20 up front. And so I have actually had that happen where I had strappy shoes on, and the guy goes, can I put it? And I'm like, hell yeah, go ahead. And he slid the money in my little strappy sandal, and he just kind of sat there and looked at it. that whole visual, he's storing it, and I thought that was so cool. I forgot about that till you just said it.
Yeah, I just thought about
He
that.
had that visual locked in there. But the girls, as a party host, we get the venue, we make sure security is on point, we screen the people, we do the party list and everything on the list, and the girls show up, they just make money. We don't charge them to get in. We I make sure there's food and snacks and stuff. We usually have a BYOB bar, depending on the venue, what they allow. We adhere to their rules. But they can have a soda or something like that. Now that stuff though, they might have to pay $1 or $2 for, but grab one of the guys and go, yeah, I'd love to do a session with you. Can you get me a water?
Of course.
And they don't pay for it. So the girls don't have to pay for a thing, and it's up to them how much money they want to make.
Another thing I want to ask you, do you have more men than women?
Yes. Yes, we have more men than women. Most of the women will come in, and I mean, they are out there, and there's a lot of models. I shouldn't say a lot. There's about 10% of the models that really love foot worship that goes back and forth. Right. So they'll maybe film it that way. But yeah, it's more men than women. But I have seen and been a part of, thank God, a couple that came in. He had a foot fetish. She was totally open to it. He booked 2 tickets to come in, so she paid to get in the door as well.
Okay.
And they tried a few other people and other models, and the model wasn't comfortable with a girl being there, because a girl can always say no whenever she wants. When they explained to me, I would like my girlfriend to kind of see what I like. And I kind of cuddled her up and said, you come in here, you sit next to me, and we're going to do this. Just watch, enjoy. And then at one point I said, okay, you get down and mirror what he's doing to me. So I had a foot in each mouth. And a year later, because I took time, because I explained to them, I explained to her what I knew he was going through and what he was enjoying and why. A year later, I saw him at another party, and they're like, we came because we saw your name on the list. And we wanted to say thank you. And, so sometimes this is a safe place where people can be walked through a fetish. Maybe your significant other doesn't understand it. Bring her.
That's the only way.
Let's figure it out.
The only way.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned to you, you have to do a book on this. I'm definitely, you have stories that everyone would love to hear. That's for sure.
Yeah. I've got so many stories. And
you're all over the world.
Yes.
That's international.
Yes, we are. Okay. And we are a franchise. We do royalties if somebody's already doing a dungeon. Yeah. So we work with them, and the hub is footnight.com, but we walk people through parties like, well, have you tried it? And make sure that they're into it and they understand the work that's involved.
Interesting. Yeah.
And then we take our 19 years of mailing lists and parties and experience,
right,
and bring them up and get them started on their own parties.
Now, in Europe, are they gung-ho in Europe like they are in the United States? With
what?
Or not?
Their fetish is pretty hardcore out there. They take it to a whole new level, believe it or not.
Now, what do you mean by that exactly?
Everything from the way that if you go into a fetish party, the way that they dress is like here in the US, wear something black and cute, and, you'll fit in, no problem. There, it's like a fashion show. Who can outdo who? And then with the toys that they play with, BDSM things, or maybe a stockade that locks the ankles and she's ticklish. they've got things like that. And it's like, they just take it to such a non-judgmental level. It's amazing.
Yeah, you mentioned tickle. Like,
Yeah.
I think that would tickle me. Do you have many people that it tickles and everything? So
Yes.
the model doing it has to be very careful how she handles, especially the person is very ticklish, right?
Well, the guy tickling the girl is, you got to make sure he doesn't get kicked. That's the thing. Think about it. When you're a kid and your sibling is pinning you down and tickling you or whatever, you kick to get away.
Right.
So with that, they kind of know the risks. But it's, it's discussed. It's all in fun. And it's like, okay, I'm going to keep your feet like over here. You're going to sit to my left, have your knees across my lap. And that way I really won't get, and then he kind of leans back. Or, she could be sitting across and, he's rubbing her feet and it's all mellow. And then he gets in there and tickles. And the next thing you know, she's, ah! So it's actually pretty funny when you're at an event and all of a sudden, you hear somebody going, ah! And it's like, what? Oh, somebody's being tickled. You get it. But at first it's shocking.
It's like anything else, definitely. Right. I heard that some companies, they would say, well, take a break, or we're going to get your feet massaged for you. And then you go back to work, and everything. Like we were talking about that. There's nothing better than that. You could do a full day's work and go home and see your wife or see your husband and everything and say, hey, I had a great day at work. But I think it's just a fantastic business. Another thing I want to ask you is, your parents, how did they feel when you went?
Since I came from corporate, I did everything society said that I was supposed to do as a girl.
Yeah.
I was raised very, very religious, Seventh-day Adventist. And my mother is the one that's religious. Dad is like, yeah, whatever. So when it came to the point where the market crashed and I went into the adult industry as survival mode, I always am respectful of my family and my parents especially. But, if you're not paying my bills, be careful what questions you ask. So, because I'll answer them. I'm not going to lie to you. I will answer them. So now they get it. I've slowly warmed up to, well, this is what I do. And this is how I do. And I actually started breaking it to them about fetish first because it was easier.
How is that?
And they're looking at me like, dominatrix. Aren't those the girls that hate men and they hit men and everything? And I'm like, oh no, some women are like that. I'm not like that. They are the most wonderful toy on the planet, and I never want to break my toys. So I want to play with my toys and then go to the next one and play with that one, and each toy you play with differently. So you have to communicate a little bit. You have to find out what they like, what they don't like. And the biggest gift ever is when somebody submits to you and says, I trust you enough that I'm going to lay here at this foot party. I'm going to lay here and I'm going to let you trample me, walk on me. I know that you're going to know to not stand in the center of my sternum. You know to stand out on my shoulders and on my chest and stuff like that. Whoa. I trust you to do this because
that's really trusting.
Yes. And then standing on the hips. There's some guys that want you to bounce. They'll say, jump on me. Be smart. Don't jump. Let's go ahead and bounce and give him that, because some people are into the pressure of it. Most girls are about 100 pounds and then they go up from there. So think about 100 pounds coming down on you. You need to be careful of internal organs. You need to know where they are and all that stuff. So there's so much knowledge in this. And those are some of the things that I would tell my parents as well. This is the knowledge I have to do what I do safely. And I don't hate men. I adore them. they are just the most wonderful little trinkets to ever have.
That's the way you word these things. Now, another thing, okay? When they're doing the foot fetish, let's get down to the lipstick and the lips. Do they like the model without the lipstick? Again, the color of the lips, does that take effect at all? Or the taste?
Well, the men
The model?
are the ones that are licking the girl's feet.
Right.
So if they're looking up at her, you know, something about her, out of 20 girls at the party, something about her pulled him. So stay true to who you are, because somebody at the party is going to like you. And it could be, you know, yeah, I really wasn't into the outfit she wore. She's just in jeans. But God, I saw her personality and I really liked it.
Yeah, they were
You know,
overwhelmed and everything.
but the way it doll yourself up, look presentable, look nice, look like you're there to have fun.
Mhm.
But when the guys are licking and enjoying the girl's feet, you know, it's a wonderful thing.
Have you had any single people come in and he really liked the girl and he wanted to date her,
Always.
or maybe called you up? Have you had anything like that?
Social media is a thing because you market, you show your feet and all this stuff. It's always a possibility that you could get along with somebody really well and you know, hit me up on Twitter or email me, something like that. And if they get along, that's on them. More power to them. I'm glad you found somebody that is okay with his fetish and she loves it, and it's a wonderful thing. But you always have to be smart about dating somebody. Now, when you meet somebody at a fetish party, sometimes every time that they see you, it's feet. You're on all the time. When you start dating somebody, sometimes you need to be off. You need to turn that off. I can't always be Joyclyn Stone, the foot goddess, the performer, whatever. I am still a person that needs to take off my makeup, that needs to step away. And sometimes when you meet somebody and they know that you do fetish, you do any type of adult work, they want you to be on all the time. And that is not mentally healthy. You have to step away and do self-care, take it down a notch. And I don't care if you're sitting there watching Real Housewives and just listening to your brain cells die. At least you're shut off for a moment.
Right.
And you're
Don't
letting
you
your body
think
calm.
Excuse me, in any profession, when it gets heavy like that, you have to separate it and lay back, do your meditation, or cut it loose for a little bit. Yeah,
Right. Step
definitely.
away from social media. So I and anybody that wants to be messaging you all the time and all this, if you want to date somebody, if somebody clicks, far be it from me to say where you're going to meet your next boyfriend or your husband, who knows, but understand that he needs to understand that you are a person and you're not always just that person at the party.
Mhm,
There's another side to her.
mhm.
There's a process of getting ready, and then you go to the party and you're that person. So you need downtime. Now, if he's the type of person where you end up dating him and he's like, yeah, let's go out, we'll watch a movie, we'll go to dinner, go to my place, we'll watch a movie, whatever, and he wants to rub your feet, and yeah, incorporate the fetish, absolutely. I mean, have a good time, but don't forget the self-care.
Right.
And safety. Vet these people. Just because he was vetted to be at a party, that means there's no complaints. He's totally clear and everything. We're not dating him.
Mhm.
We're charging him a door fee, We're charging him for, he's only there for a tiny window. He has a list of rules that he has to adhere to, or he is removed from the party graciously, very quietly, and then removed from the list altogether. We're not dating him. We're not vetting him to date him, to know where we live, any of that stuff, personal information, like a personal email or phone number or something. So just because somebody's vetted for a party does not mean we vetted him to date you.
Right.
Always keep that in mind.
You cover everything, like you said, for safety. There's something else. Buy and sell your feet. Pictures of that. I mean, I heard that. Do you do that? Do people call you for that?
Absolutely.
Just a picture of the feet. That's all they want is the picture.
See, and the thing is they'll want like a set of photos. Like for $10, I'll give you $10 if you give me 5 photos or 3 photos, whatever. Right. She gets to choose. And but I have very tiny feet that are super wrinkly. My feet are just little lines all over them, super wrinkly. So I've had people want a photo with my feet together and where I'm kind of crunching them together, pulling my toes down, and it makes the wrinkles more prominent. They're like, can I get some pictures like that? And can you, and then the next week, I'll give you $20 if you do that again, but with stockings on. I know my feet don't stink. I've tried, they just don't. So that part of the fetish is out for me. It's just never going to happen. But I've had guys say, I just want to see you like pulling off your tennis shoes and the socks and the maybe 10 photos of that. Oh, well, 10 photos. Holy crap. Now I'm doing a wardrobe change, right? Okay. I'm putting on the socks and the shoes.
Right.
That's a wardrobe change. Mm-hmm. So I can up it if I want, or go, oh, this guy's consistent. I'll just keep it at $10 and give him two extra pictures. Do you want, don't be greedy. If you're going to do something like that, do not be greedy, because you want that consistent money. And you can do stuff on, there's so many different sites to do this on. Always be careful. Square Up, PayPal, Venmo, a lot of those do not allow anything adult content. Right. So if you're talking about it, go to your email. Go to your email and talk to them there. Do not do any type of sales on a social media. Yeah. Plus, what if somebody files a complaint against you and your social media gets shut down? You just lost all that information. You have nobody's email. You have nothing. You lost it all because you did your negotiations on a social app. That is bad business.
Yes, yes.
So I tell people, I'm sorry, I do not discuss these types of topics on social media. Mm-hmm. And I leave it at that. And then they look at my default page and go, oh shit, there's her email. There it is. I'll just email him. Now I have his information. I have the history of, so if I'm selling stockings, shoes, I had somebody pay, I did a movie in a pair of boots, and the wife contacted me, said, my husband and I love watching you. What size is your foot? And I told her, 5.5. And she goes, oh, I'm a 6. She goes, I really wanted to buy these boots. And I said, well, some shoes are very difficult to get a half size, and those are a 6. And I sold my boots for $250.
Oh my God.
And that was her Christmas present to him, is she was under the tree in the morning wearing the boots.
That's a story in itself.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's adorable. That's adorable. You are fabulous too, and you have a great personality. And I didn't know you were franchised. Yeah. It's amazing. Anyhow, we've had a lot of people on the show. A lot of people. but honestly, nothing like this. So folks, I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I think it was a blast. Anyhow.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Love you. We're going to do another show later on too. Okay?
Yes, please.
All right, Joyclyn. Have a great day. And for Footnight and your foot fetish, go on.
Heck yeah.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye.